How's it going? This is Georgia Porgy with Night Sky Ministries Tarot Reading. I'm your tarot reader for the night, Georgia Porgy. I see that there's someone that joined right now. It's pretty late. I was just doing this stream to have. I think that's so cool. It's like a psychedelic effect. All right, guys. Well, this is interesting. And you? Can you still hear me? That's so cool and trippy. Yeah, if it keeps doing this stuff, I think what I'm gonna do is restart the live stream. But whoever is enjoying this effect, I think it's just a glitch in the YouTube right now. I think it's pretty cool, but it might be annoying for some people. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and send some feedback to these guys and let them know. So yeah, I don't know why it's doing this trippy effect right now, like an echo. But a shout out to all you who joined in. Who's all in here? I'd like to give a shout out and send you some good vibes here. I have no idea why. I think what I'll do is restart the live video. Turn off my laptop. All right, can you guys hear me? Is it still echoing? It's still echoing? No? Okay, all right. That's what happened then. I guess the laptop's tripping out right now, and it has its own attitude. Yeah, most likely it's If it's not a technical glitch, then it's a paranormal glitch because this has never happened before. So how y'all doing? There's a few people in here. I see Cassandra says what's up and replied, but the other person watching hasn't replied or said what's up. But anyways, I send you guys good vibes and much love. Oh man, this is cool. Yeah, I figured I'd come out live and do a little hangout session. For those of you that are just ready for bed, it's late. Why ain't I asleep? I'm a vampire. And it's Saturday. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, okay, now it's Sunday. But it was Saturday and yeah, I'm a bit of a vampire, so I'm up right now. It's Sunday. So yeah, that's why I'm up right now. I just wanted to do a little hangout. For those of you that just left the bar and didn't know what else to do or didn't have anything to do on your Saturday night turning Sunday, and I should have streamed earlier, but I didn't have time to. Uh, what's it called? I was having a bit of fun and didn't do. You stayed home. Yeah, I had a few friends try to tell me that what's it called? I'm not old enough to stay home on the weekend and not do anything, but I'm a bit of a hermit. Oh, you're playing that video game right now? You died? Oh, I hope you didn't die because of me. But yeah, I'm a bit of a hermit. I don't really go out much. When I do, though, I go out and I do have fun. You know, I do go and hang out. Uh, go hang out at the bar with my brother, or go hang out with some friends. Sometimes at the bar. Sometimes we go ghost hunting. Sometimes I just go out by myself and go cruise around and chill somewhere. Um, Sometimes out in the desert. We have a cool desert out here, a beautiful desert. Sometimes just out in the country. But a lot of times I like going ghost hunting. I like fishing, but haven't gone fishing for a while. You know, I love going and hanging out with friends. I don't go to the mall, although I should make a shirt with the YouTube symbol, the YouTube icon with the name Night Sky Ministries tarot reading on it, and walk around so that people start wanting to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, I don't really do much unless someone invites me. Once in a while, I do go out to Julian for their pie, and I like going to a couple of places there that are cool. And I also love camping. I love camping. Haven't done that for a while either. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going? Charlotte, did you subscribe already, Charlotte? You'd be a new subscriber if you haven't, and I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I might do a ghost story. This is the first time you're on my live? You subscribed and like. Thank you, Charlotte. Much love to you. Yeah. Um, do you guys like ghost stories? I know Cassandra gets a kick out of my ghost stories. Let's see what Charlotte has to say about ghost stories. And I've always been like this. Even when I was in high school, the only reason why you'd see me at a party, really, I mean, are they real ones? Yeah. As I head to bed, I might not want to hear the terrifying ones. I'll try not to make them so terrifying, but yeah, they're the real ones. I don't make them up. I talk about real experiences that I've had and real experiences that friends have. Do you believe in things like fairies, etc.? Honestly, I think us as humans give names to things that we experience and see. You know, so I've experienced paranormal stuff, but I wouldn't go and say, oh, they were demons, or oh, these were fairies or something like that. You know, but I have had experiences, and so have a lot of people that I know. There's some people that have told me their experiences that won't talk about them to other people. You know, they won't talk about them because other people say either they're crazy or make fun of them. Whereas me, I don't care. I enjoy a good ghost story, and I like sharing stuff that has happened. Some people they get spookied out. Other people they're entertained, you know, and they turn around and they tell me their ghost stories, you know, stuff that's happened to them. I'm kind of wondering myself if there's some type of paranormal entities around, like spirit guides or ancestors. Yeah, there can be. There can be. Other people say, "Oh, it's all in your mind and you're crazy," until they experience them. You know, I've had friends that thought that all that was crazy and they've never experienced nothing, and then they come over to my house or they go over to another friend's house that is known for paranormal activity, and they trip out once they experience something. You know, I've had a few friends that came over here, and what's it called? It'd be me and my parents sometimes, and other times it just be me and them. And we've heard things here that sounded like and say like my parents weren't home. I've had I've had some things, unexplained footsteps around my bedroom. Yeah, here here we've heard stuff like we'd be hanging out, right? There'd be no one but me and my friends, and you'd hear something sound like me or my mom or someone that lived here at that time, and you would hear them sometimes say my name, Georgie, Georgie. Yeah, and the funny thing is no one else is here, so they trip out like, oh, and some of them thought, dude, that's cool. But a lot of my other friends, they stopped coming over here because of that stuff. It's not as active as it used to be, back then. It's not as active. That's the fun thing, though. I guess it's active when it wants to be active. You can't just say, "Hey, is there anyone there?" Knock. If they don't feel like it, they ain't gonna do anything. But yeah, I've always been a bit of a hermit. Did you get the sense of whether they were evil spirits or just mischievous, and what time, day or night? Honestly, here it does not matter whether it's day or night. They're just gonna do whatever they want to do at the time they want to do it. Yep, yep, yep. And what's it called? To me, uh, there's different people that have their certain category for what's evil and what's not evil. For me, since nothing's hurt anyone here except for one time, it wasn't a hurt though. My cousin Jackie was making fun, and we were sitting here in this room right here, and she was making fun, and she was talking a lot of uh, well, I want to keep it PG, so she was just talking a lot of BS and making fun of it. And I was laughing because she was being funny, right? Then after a while, she says, ah, and she looks at her arm and she had a scratch right here. Now, see, that's only happened to Jackie. That hasn't happened to anybody else that has came over here. But then again, no one else makes fun. Whereas, my cousin Jackie was making fun that time. And it's only happened that time when she was making fun. Other times, nothing like that has ever happened. But no one's gotten hurt. It's more like they like to spook people out and get a kick out of it. What else have you experienced? I'll read it out so that everyone else that watches this video later gets to hear your experience. But while you're typing that, yep, sort of like mischief. Also before I used to get mad sometimes because I'd put something down right next to me and turn around and it'd be gone. Go looking for it all over, come back and sit down, and boom, it's right there where I left it. But yeah, going back to when I was younger in high school. Well, when I was in high school, what's it called? If I did go out, it's because I was invited, and it was rare that I would go just because I was invited. And the times you did see me out was because I was playing with my band at your party. That's when you'd see me at parties, really. Other than that, I was busy making music and getting ready for what's it called? For when we had our next show, which was almost every weekend. We'd play on a Friday night and a Saturday night. And there was a lot of times where we did play during the week, but it just depended on who wanted us to play where. Let me see. Yes. Oh my God, that happened. And an object goes missing, but then mysteriously reappears. Yeah, that's happened a lot. And not just here, it's happened at other people's houses too. I've had friends that invite me to their house and, tell me about what happens and all that. So I go and I stay the night. And, yeah, sometimes, hey, how's it going, Finesse Kid? Much love to you. Yeah, there'd be some times where I'd go and experience, paranormal stuff at a friend's house when they invite me to their house to, trip out on it. And, I like that stuff. I grew up and I like that stuff. I grew up around it. But I know that there's other people that have had experiences where they're like, I've heard people on YouTube say, if someone says that it's fun for them and this and that, it's they're lying. No, I'm not lying. It's just, those people, for some reason, get bothered. I haven't experienced that. I've seen other people experience that, but maybe I'm protected, maybe I'm protected to the point to where, nothing like that happens to me. But then again, I don't disrespect anything like that when I'm around it. If I have questions, I'll ask. And if they can answer, they can answer. Sometimes it's with knocks. And sometimes it's a different way that they answer back, But yeah, I remember one time when I was in school at the local high school, and one of my friends had invited me into the auditorium where we do like plays and talent shows and stuff like that. And they told me that the auditorium was haunted. So we're hanging out on the stage, and in front of us, it's a bunch of seats where everyone can sit down. And then up on top, you see where they can do, like, they can control the lights or play the overhead projector and whatnot. I guess it's the control room. Well, we kept seeing like as if someone was in the control room. And they told me, do you see that? And I said, yeah, it looks like someone walking around in there. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool, dude. I didn't think, I didn't think about, the Palmer Auditorium having, any paranormal stuff in it, but it's so old that, yeah, it did. So right away, my friend jumps off stage and runs up to the door, goes upstairs, and goes into the control room and turns the lights on. And no, nobody was in there. Nobody was in there. But you could see that there was someone in there moving around. We've also heard giggling in there when nobody should have been in there. And we look around and there's nobody in there. We've heard whispering and talking, And also, when my mom lived here, I remember going to school, coming back, and she told me that she heard talking in my room, but it sounded a lot like mumbling. And what's it called? She couldn't make out what they were saying, and that's happened quite a few times. And then she told me she opened the door and looked, and nobody was in my room, and it's happened throughout the house a lot. Like there's been times where we'd be sitting in the living room and talking, and that is eerie. Talking in the living room, and hear like as if someone was in the kitchen, moving around the dishes, opening and closing the refrigerator. Sound like someone pulled a seat out and sat down. There's a lot of stuff that's happened. One time, my friend Craig, rest in power, my friend Craig, this guy, he was cool. He was the coolest friend that I ever had. He used to. He was such a close friend of mine. He was like a brother. This guy was born in Germany. His parents moved over here when he was like 16. And I met him and I befriended him fast as soon as they moved here. And a lot of people would trip out on him, because he'd wear a suit and tie to school, but with combat boots, and have Liberty spikes on his head about this high, And he was a cool punk rocker, dude. And I wouldn't give him a category because he was into a lot of different music, like good music, And even music that my parents were into, he liked. But he was such a good friend that he had a key to my front door at the house, in the front door of the house, and he had a key to my room, And there'd be a lot of times where I'd come home after hanging out with my band, and pretty much I usually only hung out with my band. If I hung out with someone else, it was it was because they convinced me to. And if I wasn't there, I was at school, or tattooing someone, or piercing someone, or reading tarot cards for someone. Been doing it for a long time. And so when I'd come home, he'd be here. And there'd be a few times where he was here by himself in my room, and I have covers over my windows because I like my room dark. Here, especially during the daytime, it warms up the room. So when you put covers over your windows and stuff, it keeps your room cool and dark. Well, he'd be sitting in here with the lights off and everything, and I'd come into my room and he'd be sitting on my recliner that I had in here, and I'd start laughing like, "What are you doing now, Craig?" "I heard noises, Georgie." I was like, "Yeah?" He says, "Yeah, man. I thought someone was here. I thought your mom was here, your dad was here, or you were here, or someone was here, and there's nobody here, just me. So I came into your room, turned the light off, closed the door, and then sat here and just listened." He says, "There's all kinds of stuff that happens here when no one's here, huh?" I said, "Yeah. It doesn't matter whether someone's here or not. Stuff happens, Well, after he died, my mom said that, and this was like about a week after he died. "What century or decade was your house built?" This house was built, uh, I think my parents told me, in 1977 or 1976, around there, 77, 76. Yeah. But after Craig died, about a week after, my mom told me that she was washing dishes, and she heard the chair get pulled out and like someone was sitting there. And my mom was used to that. Sometimes she'd be washing dishes and she'd feel someone standing in back of her and turn around. There was no one there. But this time, she was washing dishes and stuff and heard someone pull the chair back and sit on it. And out of curiosity, you look no matter what. So my mom says she turns around and she sees Craig sitting there. And she smiles at him because he smiled and he waved at her. And she said she could see through him. And she said, Craig, did you come and visit, son? Because he was like a son, to my parents. That's how close he was to my family. And he just smiled. He was sitting there for a while. So she kept washing dishes and she kept talking to him, And she said, it's not like, he answered back or anything. But it was like he just wanted to hang out. And she turns around and she's still talking to him. And what's it called? He smiles and he waves again, stands up, turns around, and walks out the wall. Yeah. No. One thing that my parents always taught me, and my grandpa, my mom's dad always taught me was, there's nothing to be scared of, and especially because it was my friend, just visiting. And so, no, there's nothing to be scared of. He was just visiting, and I guess he missed us. I mean, I miss him, man. I miss all my friends that died. And there was this. I guess it's just the unknown factor of it all. Yeah. You'll have different people react to different things different ways. If you're not used to it, it might spook you out, or you might get a kick out of it and be like, yeah, that was cool. I've had different people react different ways to this stuff. I've had friends that never came back to my house again. And it'd be something as simple as chilling and talking, and all of a sudden the radio turns on loud. And there's no alarm on that radio, on that stereo. Plus, you would have to press the power button, and the power button wasn't, you didn't go and press the power button. We're all sitting around talking, and all of a sudden, boom, it turns on. Or if we had the TV on while we're talking, and all of a sudden the volume of the TV starts going down, or it starts going up all the way. And the remote's like right in front of us. So nobody would be messing with that. And so you'd have to get the remote and try to press volume. But a lot of times it was like as if someone was standing in front of the TV, not letting you turn the volume down. So you'd go and turn the TV off, or else if it wasn't that, the TV channels would just start changing by themselves, and it wasn't like as if you had search and the TV channels start changing. No, it was like someone changed the channel, stopped, changed the channel, stopped, like it was bored and wanted to see something different than what we had on, at the time. But a lot of times what I liked doing when I was younger, I would like putting the TV on mute and throwing the music I liked on. I noticed one person left, and I apologize to that person if I creeped them out. Much love to you. But yeah, I wasn't really planning on really doing tarot cards right now. I was planning on just hanging out and stuff. Who else is in here? I know there was. Let's see who was in here. There was Cassandra, Finesse Kid, and Charlotte. Charlotte saying, not to derail, but do you think people can open up a negative portal when they explore things like tarot or do readings? No. If that were the case, then it'd be a lot different. It's never had that. Hi, I'm Senchin, and partner is Hanuman. Am I going to get married in April 2019? Please, can you tell me exact date? The tarot cards won't really tell you exact date. Um, I know from experience of messing around with the Ouija board, you could probably get an exact date if you do talk to something that wants to tell the truth. You know. And then there's other times where I can receive information, kind of like channeling without trying to channel, and say something to someone, and then it happens later. But it's already April 2019, so I wish you guys good luck. And if you feel like you're getting married, just know you're getting married in April 2019, and you guys would be able to get married on that day. Whatever your true will is, it cannot be denied. Whether it's for good or for ill, whatever your true will is cannot be denied. And I hope that helped you out. 123987. You know, yeah, there's a lot of people that have a true will that cannot be denied. Um, because you're the creator of your own world. But there are some people that can interfere, and there's some people that can help. And you're welcome, man. Much love to you guys. I wish you guys luck. I wish I could go to your wedding, but you guys eat some food for me. Yeah, he was asking as a way to test me as a reader. I could feel that. Yep. And that's another funny thing too when people try to test me out. It's not like the movies. It's not like the movies. It's not where you're gonna be like, um, um, I see. It's not gonna be like that. There's some people that are psychic. If you give them an object or have them look at a picture or something, and they get flashes in their head, and they're able to like tell you more or less, about that. But yeah, uh, it's not going to be like the movies. And when you do get good messages and good channels, it's actually because it was supposed to happen at that time. When I was younger, when I was a kid, before I was a teenager, it was almost like a switch I could turn on and turn off. So there'd be times where my dad's friends or coworkers where he worked at were having a little pull for what's it called for football, and you could say like what team was going to win and all that. So my dad would come home with a copy of that poll and tell me, okay, Georgie, help me fill this out. And I'd laugh because to me it was cool that my dad would brag about stuff like that about me, and to his other friends. And at first they didn't believe him, but then when my dad got a lot of money because I said that this team was going to have and it's 333 right now, this team, 33-33 it was, this team was going to have a what's it called, an interception on this what's it called, on this quarter, because I guess they go by quarters. And this team was going to have you know this team was going to win by this many points, or this team was going to have what's it called, well, what have you, those are just examples, but those are things that I did do, or this team was going to have so many touchdowns, or this team was going to win, and blah blah blah. So my dad would have me help him fill out that pull paper, and yeah, the next day, after the game, he'd come home and be like, "You want pizza or you want burgers? What do you want?" So yeah, he won money. And after a while, they stopped telling my dad when they were gonna have those polls, or whatever you called them. So yeah, I would get a kick out of that as a little kid. But growing up, I started getting busy with school and mainly my band. That was my wife. Music was my wife. That was my first love. So when I started a band, that was like all. That was my it. That's if you talk to me and ask me like, so what do you like doing? It's like, well, I taught myself how to play guitar, keyboards, drums, and bass, and I like doing vocals and making my own music. Whereas a lot of people around my age at that time weren't making their own music, and they were barely even learning how to play, what they listened to. And so needless to say, I did win a lot of talent shows with my band because we would play our original songs and blow people away with that. Yeah, I noticed 123987. The message was restricted. What they said. Yeah, that's not nice. You play nice, you guys. Yeah, I guess they got a little mad because of your question, but I mean, it was just a question, and I know that's what they were doing. You know, if they had a date set for the time that they're going to be married, and April 2019, well, then they're going to be married. Yeah. Yeah, it was trollish. In all reality, I can tell you the truth. They didn't have no partner, and they weren't getting married. They were just making it up to see if I knew the answer or not. And yeah, I knew the answer. It's just I don't play into stuff like that. She has posted that on another live. Yeah, but I mean, I just don't play into that. That's like, one time I was at a bar and this bartender was overhearing us talk about, these tattoos I had done on people. And the bartender turned around and said, "You do tattoos?" And I said, "Yeah, I've been doing them since I was about 14 years old. Well, if you do tattoos, here's a piece of paper and here's a pen. Draw something for me." And I was like, "What?" "Yeah, prove to me that you do tattoos." I said, "Well, then prove to me that you're a good bartender." I said, "Make me a good, what was it? Because at that time it was a Caucasian communist." I said, "Make me a good Caucasian communist with a kiss of some chocolate Baileys." They're like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, make me a good Caucasian communist with a kiss of chocolate Baileys on top." "Oh, what's that?" And I said, "I thought you were a bartender." And they said, "I never heard of that." I said, "Well, then you ain't a good bartender, huh?" And they got mad. And my brother's sitting there laughing because he knows what I'm talking about, because I got that from a movie. What's that movie where the guy says the dude abides? The dude abides. And uh what's it called? His favorite was a White Russian, and I love White Russians, but I love it with a kiss of chocolate Baileys on top, and I just kind of mix it in and I drink it, and it tastes like a good Starbucks, but with a kick of vodka in it. And so, yeah, she got mad, but at the same time, I was like, no, you wanted to test me out to see what kind of artist I was. I was testing you out to see how good you were at your art. But I did wind up getting that White Russian with a kiss of Bailey's. And she said, "This is a White Russian." I said, "Okay, a white is Caucasian, a Russian back in the days of your parents was known as a communist." Yeah, it's I said, "For us it's funny, but it might offend someone." But I said that movie said, the character in that movie, they like a Caucasian communist. When they got asked, "You want to drink? What do you drink?" Caucasian communist. I said, and I got a kick out of that. And I have friends that were Russian, and they thought that was cool as hell. So yeah, that was so funny when that happened. But when people try to test me out, I don't play into it. I can feel when someone's being real, and I can feel when someone's just messing around, or I can feel when someone's just being plain dumb, you know? And yeah, this person, they were I guess they watched too many movies, you know? These people watch too many movies to the point to where they think things are going to be like the movies, you know? Yeah, defo got that vibe. Yeah, we both did, Charlotte. We both did. You know, and that's the thing. It's like everybody has that. It's just some people don't pay attention to the point to where your brain kind of like detaches those neurons and stops firing off at that part of your brain, so it doesn't work like that anymore, you know. And other people, you know, they feel those vibes and they understand that it's their intuition, and they listen to it, and they keep going by it to the point to where it's like exercising the muscle, to where like you can, after a while, you can feel, you can see, you know. There's a lot of people that are good liars and good actors, you know, and they wouldn't be able to fool me, you know. But if they get me on a good day, you know, where I'm either stressed out, not really paying attention and not caring, you know, or you know, very like really happy, you know, it has to be something extreme, you know, or just not caring and not paying attention, and you know, just like in my own world, yeah, someone can lie to me and I'll be like, whatever, you know. I wouldn't care if it really was a lie or if it was the truth, you know. You just let them talk, you know. But if you keep listening to that gut feeling inside, then what's it called? You start exercising that because you're using it. The more you exercise it, the better it becomes. But everybody has that, you know. Everybody does. Let's see. Do you have clairvoyant abilities, or are your gifts more along the lines of tapping into intuition through mediums like tarot? I say it's a little of both, because there's times where if you watch the live stream from last night, there's times where I was shuffling the cards, and I won't say the name. I mean, if you watch the video, you'll see who it was. But there's this person who was a Leo, and they added me to Facebook, and we talk right now. They're good people, you know. But yeah, this person that was a Leo had me read their tarot, and what's it called? Before I even pulled out the tarot, I told them something that no one else would have known, because they didn't mention anything about this, and it blew their mind. They were like, "Wow," you know. And I said, "What? That I just wowed you right now?" I said, "That's cool," you know. But I do that a lot, and people either like it or they freak out. Like this one time, I was working at this tattoo shop, and one of the guys that was tattooing there, hold on, woo, woo. All right, yeah, I have start listening to trust my own intuition. Yeah, because everybody has that. Thank you. Much love to you. Everyone that said bless you, much love to you. And bless you too. Blessed be by the powers of 3 times 3. Well, I was working at this one tattoo shop, right? And me and this guy were talking to each other. After the conversation, you know, well, during the conversation, really, someone had called them and they were talking and stuff. And right before they were going to hang up, I had the urge to tell them, "Hey, I'm going to go to the back room and hang out for a little bit. All right, Irie?" When I said that to him, because it was like a strong gut feeling that kept saying, you know, say that, say that. When I said that to him, they stopped and they turned around and looked at me like, "How'd you know that was my nickname? Nobody calls me that." That was my nickname from when I was a little kid. I was like 8 years old when my dad and my uncles started calling me Irie. And I said, I don't know, man. There's just times where I get like almost like a message or gut feeling or a thought in my head that I need to say something, and when I say it, it relates to that person, you know. And he's like, dude, that's trippy. I've never told anybody here that. He says, like, the only person that knows is my woman, and she's not here. He says, so I don't know how you would have known that, man. He says, that's pretty cool, but that's pretty spooky too. And I was like, yeah, dude, different people have different reactions to it, man. Oh man. But yeah, I think it's trippy. Just like I kind of well, not kind of, I manifested my son, you know. Um when when I got his mommy pregnant, I told her he was going to be a boy. He was going to look exactly like me, you know. Uh, he was going to laugh like me, smile like me, look exactly like me. And the only thing he was going to have of you was that dimple on your chin, your ears, and your hair. I said, other than that, he's all me. Everything, everything, my gifts, everything, my love for music, everything. He's all me. You know, so then my son was born and stuff, and he looked exactly like me, but he had a full head of hair, and his hair was like hers. He had her ears, and he had that dimple on her chin, and he was a pale little guy. When he was born, though, he had that red on him, you know, like that pinkish red on him. But it was because he has that native blood. Her daddy was native, was half native, and my daddy was native, and uh, my daddy was from the Papago, Pima, and Yaqui nations. You know, those three tribes. But when you ask, you know, properly, it's what nation are you from? You know, and yeah, he was a cool little boy. He still is a cool little boy, but it blew it like it tripped her out when we went to go get the sonogram, and you see my, you know, like it's my face on his face, and you see that lemon head that I have a lemon head. And his head looked like lemon head, you know, and she posted that and everything. But yeah, after a few months, you know, I was sitting here this one time, and I threw on my music. You know, I have another YouTube channel with my music on it, my videos on it, and I did the music and videos myself, except for, you know, a few things. You know, um, I had a couple of friends do a couple of things on there, and uh, one of my nephews, one of his really close friends that was like a sister to him, did some female vocals on some of the tracks. And so I was sitting here, and I threw on some of my songs to see how he would react to them. And my son starts rocking back and forth, and you know, and I was like, yeah, he's singing. So yeah, my son is just like me, you know. He sees things like me and everything, you know. But he's only a year, and he's a year and 11 months old. On April 29th, he's turning 2 years old, you know. I love that little boy, and I miss him to death, but I love him. He's my world, man. Yeah, and I love and I miss his mommy too. But let's see. Speaking about that, happy early birthday to him. That's so cute. Yeah, I named him Odin Night Sky. Yep. Odin for the Norse All Father God Odin, and Night Sky. There's a couple of reasons why Night Sky. You know, Night Sky for my witch's coven. Uh, Night Sky because I love the night sky. That's the most beautiful thing to me that I ever seen before my son was born. Was the night sky. I loved it, you know. And then because of my band, Night Sky Ministries, you know. What Charlotte says, sounds like something from the show American Gods or Thor. Well, see, that's where they got that from. Have you even like comic books? You know, they have Thor and Odin and Loki and stuff. That's where they got it from. It was from Viking gods, you know. Yep. That's my mom's side of the family. Oh, as a matter of fact, I have a picture right here of my grandpa and my Aunt Betsy. Let's see real fast. Yep, that's a picture of my grandpa Adolf. He was Adolf Bat, and that's my Aunt Betsy there. Yep. That's pretty funny, huh? But yeah, that's why I went ahead and named my son Odin. Odin Night Sky. And this is from my mom's family. Yeah. That's from my mom's family. So that's where I got like all the names for like Odin, Thor, Loki. I know, you know, and I know like who they are and what they're for. One of my favorite gods is Odin, and what's it called? My favorite gods from the Norse ways is Odin, Tyr. Tyr is cool. He's a god of success and other things, and Thor. I love Thor. I love Odin, and I love Tyr. Freya. You know, there's quite a few. You know, but yeah. But speaking about that, there's this one time when my baby's mom was living here, and I was at the shop tattooing and stuff, and got back home. Oh, piercing too. I got back home, and we were talking, and she says, earlier, she saw babe earlier. Uh, I thought your mom had came home, but I didn't hear the doors, you know, the front door. But I heard her bracelets. Like she was walking around and she was opening and closing, you know, the Odin's room and her room, because those two rooms are attached to each other. And she was going back and forth. She says, and I wanted to watch TV with her. So I went out there to ask, hey, Mary, you want to watch some TV? And she says, and nobody was here. I was like, did it scare you? She says, no, but she says, I thought that was trippy, you know? I said, yeah, they do that here sometimes. So, yeah, we've experienced a lot of trippy things here. Yep. Well, and then also, I used to have this one cat. His name was Incubus. He was a big cat. This cat wasn't even a year old yet. And if I would hold him, I could hold him like a baby. I had him so spoiled. His head was about this big, you know. So I'd hold him, you know, next to my head like a baby. Well, his body was so long. He was such a big cat. He had big paws too. That his feet would be hanging down, you know, past my belly button, and his tail would be hanging down a little bit past my knee. You know, he was a big cat, a big cat. Well, he kept coming in and out and meowing at me like he was talking to me and stuff. So I petted him and stuff, and he split. And after a while, I heard uh, like this truck speed up, and then what's it called? Kind of screech and then take off. And then my mom knocks on my door and tells me that someone ran over my cat, and the neighbor in the corner house said that they did it on purpose. It was this green truck that was going by, and they did it on purpose. They seen it because they were outside watering the grass and seen that happen. And I got sad. I started crying and stuff. And my mom told me, you know, my mom asked me if I wanted her to, you know, pick him up and, you know, bury him in the yard, you know, so that way, you know, because I didn't want to throw him away in the trash. He was like another baby to me. And I said, yeah, go ahead and do that for me. I wouldn't be able to see him right now. It got me good inside. It hurt. It hurt. So then about 45 minutes to an hour later, estimating, because I wasn't looking at the clock. I hear my dad yelling, George! George! I was like, dang, okay, either they're showing something on TV that he wants me to watch, or something happened and he wants me to take care of it, So I get up and I go to the living room. I was like, what's up, Dad? And he says, tell your cat to shut the F up. And I was like, what? He says, your cat keeps meowing. Tell him to shut the F up. Make him go to the room with you. And I said, but Dad, my cat died. And he says, go to the kitchen and you'll hear him meowing. Tell him to shut up and go to the room with you. I'm trying to watch TV and he's being loud. And I said, but he's dead, Dad. And he says, go to the kitchen. So I go to the kitchen and I'm standing there and yeah, you can hear Incubus meowing. But it sounded like if it was a surround sound system. You could not tell where he was meowing from. You could just hear it like if you heard it everywhere. And it sounded like they had that effect. Have you ever watched that movie, Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist? Have you ever watched that movie and you hear that character Carol Ann saying "Mommy" from the TV? And it's got that trippy sounding effect on it. Yeah, that's kind of like how my cat sounded when it was meowing. It had that effect on it. And my mom, she was upset a little because, she loved that cat too. That cat was spoiled. And my dad loved that cat. My dad wasn't a mean guy. He just was so used to that stuff that to him it was like, come and tell your cat to go to the room with you. He don't let me hear TV and he's being loud meowing for you. He's looking for you, So yeah, when I went to the kitchen and I heard that, right away, I started looking, in the cabinets, looking under the table and stuff. And no, it was coming from everywhere, not just one place, kind of like you had a surround sound system on and the cat was meowing with that special effects on the meow. So my mom says, just tell him to follow you to the room. I said, all right. I said, come on, Incubus. I love you, baby. I said, I'm sorry. I love you, baby. Let's go. And yeah, when I started walking to my room and he was still meowing here and there like he was talking to me, you could hear him following me. So as soon as we got to my room and I closed the door, you didn't hear that anymore. So I figured he was just hanging out with me, And every once in a while, when you walk through that hallway, and I've seen it. I've had relatives or friends walking through that hallway, and I've seen it myself, but I've tripped out on other people seeing it. You'll see Incubus running from the room that used to be my room, which is cat-a-corner from this door. It's not straight. That's Odin's room. That's straight. But the next room over, that's the room that used to be my room. You'll see Incubus running from the door, like through that door, because that door, it's most of the time it's shut, and my door most of the time it's shut. You'll see him run through the door across right in front of you, so it makes you stop and look and into my door here. And I've seen that a lot, but I like seeing when other people see it. You'll see them walking through the hallway and then they stop. And you see it, and then they turn around and they look at me. I said, what'd you see? What'd you see? And they said, I seen a big black cat run from that door in front of me and into your door for your room. Through the doors, George. Like, what is that? And I'll tell them, well, that's my cat, Incubus. I had him so spoiled, man. And then every once in a while, when my baby's mom was pregnant, she was living here with me. you would feel like as if it was a small animal jump on the bed, you know. And there's been times where I've uh, I've heard the purring, and I have cats here, but I'll open my eyes, you know, to see if it is, you know, these cats. No, there's nothing there, but you'll hear the purring like right next to you or right in front of you, you know. So yeah, those are some of the cool stuff that has happened here. Yeah. Did you see my previous question? Oh, your previous question sounds like something from the show American Gods. Thor, LOL. Do you see? Wow, that sounds cool. Um. Oh, it says message retracted. Yeah, message retracted. Go ahead and put that question on again. It said it was retracted, so go ahead and ask me that question again, and I'll answer it for you. Creepy. I had a friend, we called him Michael Doom. His favorite word was spooky. If it was like, oh, that was cool, no, he wouldn't say that because everybody else says that was lit, that was cool. No, his thing was that was spooky. But yeah, Charlotte, go ahead and ask that question again, and I'll answer you. I'll answer you. And get some water here. Drink some water. I should have gave the title Ghost Story Night. There'd probably be more people joining in too. But it is pretty late. Let's see. It's 2:42. Yep. So, what was your question, Charlotte? I think my question isn't showing up for some reason, but it was about your manifestation story. Um, Go ahead and retype it, and I'll answer you. I wish there was an option where like uh, you could have other people that are right here in the chat about your son, and if you manifested him from a place of want or was just pure clairvoyant knowledge. Uh, um, it wasn't clairvoyant knowledge, and it wasn't from a place of want. It was from a place of knowing. You know, I wouldn't say want. It was desire, and like knowing that when I state this right now, it happens. You know, and that's what happened. Uh, um, I was wanted a kid, and I knew that when I got his mom pregnant, you know, it was on purpose. It wasn't like, oops, you know, no, he was planned, you know, and when I said afterwards, I knew that it was going to happen. It wasn't from clairvoyant. It was like you could say I manifested him, you know. I knew this is what was going to happen. I just knew that he was going to look exactly like me, and I also desired it, you know. He was going to look exactly like me and be exactly like me. And he even laughs like me, but as a little kid, you know, like, hey. Yeah. I think it's funny. I keep seeing someone come in and out and in and out of the channel. So yeah, I'm more than likely turn around and that's so cute. Yeah, I often wonder if it's possible for people to see their future children in dreams or visions. Some people can. Some people can. My mom told me when she was about 7 months pregnant of me, around there. No, actually, uh, I'm sorry about that. When she was about 7 weeks pregnant of me, um, that the bed that she was in, it used to be her mom's bed, my grandma's. And she said that she dreamt that she was laying in bed and opened her eyes and seen my grandma standing there holding me as a baby. And my grandma came close to her and showed, like this, and showed my mom, me. And she said, you see this birthmark right here? She said I had that birthmark, and I had my hair. Well, what's it called? And I was a boy, and I was this pale. Yeah, I kind of look pale right now, but this is actually a tan for me. But yeah, my mom said that she's seen me exactly how I looked and everything. She told my dad. She told my grandpa. She told my uncle Walter, and she told the neighbor that lived on the corner that was kind of like a grandma to me when I was a kid. And that lady told my mom that I was going to be something special, that was special because that hadn't happened with any other kids that she had, you know. And I guess I'm special. I'm just me. I see myself as just me. But yeah, she said that lady got so happy that she kind of teared up and was wiping tears from her eyes and told my mom that I was going to be something special. And so yeah, right away, um, my dad said, my mom asked my dad, "What you want to name him?" And my right away, my dad said George. And so my mom wanted a middle name for me. So my uncle Walter will say, "Oh, she named him after me because we had a bet that you were going to be a boy." He says, "I knew you were going to be a boy, so when you came out to be a boy, your mom named you after me." So my name is George Walter. And the real story is, my grandpa Adolf, his dad's name was Walter. You pronounce it Walter. The W's you pronounce with V's. But my grandpa Adolf Bat, his dad's name was Walter. And my mom liked him so much that she gave me my great grandpa's name. So George after my dad, and Walter after my great grandpa Walter. But my mom said that when I was born, after my dad cut the umbilical cord and they wiped me off and put me on my mom, my mom was holding me. Everyone tripped out because I looked exactly the way my mom described me, what she's seen in her dream. And even she said even my grandpa was, tripping out and smiling big, and the nurses, for some reason, my mom said, thought I was blind because I had my eyes open and I was looking everywhere, and for some reason, I guess back then, they to them like, oh, he might be blind or something. My dad got mad and said, no, he's just intelligent. And my grandpa Adolf said, no, he's not blind. He's just studying.
You know, he's just studying. He's a fast learner. He's studying you. He's and he tells one of the nurses that, you know, kept trying to say, "Oh no, he's blind." He looked at her. This is what my mom told me. He looked at her and said, "No, he's just wondering why you're so ugly." And then another thing that tripped me out was my mom said that they thought it was pretty wicked that I was smiling too. And I guess I don't know. I've seen pictures of newborns smiling, you know, have their eyes closed and they're smiling. But I guess back then, and in the place that, you know, I was born here in Imperial Valley, um, back then it was like a superstitious thing. You know, it was wicked because I was smiling. Ooh, you know. And I guess to some people, yeah, I am wicked because of the gifts I have. But that's all good. I love helping people, you know. I love helping people. And I love making people laugh. That's one of my favorite things. I love making people laugh. So who's up in here? I know Charlotte's in here. There's a few more people. You know, tell me what's up. I want to say what's up to you guys and send you guys some love. All right, for being in here. Yeah. So yeah, I just started this live stream tonight right now a little, well, actually an hour and 11 minutes ago, just for, you know, just for fun, and then just to, you know, in case there was other people that were awake right now and felt like hanging out and chatting, we could chat. But it looks more like I've been chatting with Charlotte and there's been voyeurs just, you know, tripping out, except for that one troll. That was funny. Yep. So to the other people that are just watching but not responding or saying anything, I send you good vibes and much love. Yeah. That's why I did title it. Let's see. Let's see what I titled this. Go to my front page. I don't remember if I did say anything about tarot reading. I might do some tarot reading. I might. It says, "Hi, come hang out," with a smiley face. And that's it. Nothing else. But it shows that there's 3 people watching. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't really planning on doing tarot tonight. I just wanted to hang out with some people and you know, just talk, you know, chat. They probably came in from, oh yeah, I read that already. I thought it was something new that Charlotte had wrote. Yeah. But yeah, I love ghost stories. I grew up around all that. So, and you know, luckily I had the people I grew up around to teach me not to be scared of anything. Cassandra, it's just me. Been here. I'm falling asleep. I'm so tired, but I don't know if I want to go to bed. Cassandra. Yep. Hey, you got to tell your homies, Cassandra, that they got to subscribe to my channel and trip out on the live stuff I do. You know, I haven't uploaded anything that's been pre-recorded and then uploaded. I find that it's more fun doing the live stream stuff. You know, it's raw and real. Yeah. And Charlotte, it's fascinating stuff. Yeah. I love the paranormal, man. I love it. You know, it's where we come from and it's where we go back to once we're done being here and our body expires, you know. I'll give you a shout out later on. Oh, you're going to give me a shout out on your Twitter? That's so cool, man. Much love to you, Cassandra. Much love. That's so cool. Thank you. Man. Yeah, I already reached my goal of 100. What's it called? YouTube. It's saying I have 102 subscribers. But let's go. I'm going to go and look at my front page and see. Because earlier it said 102 subscribers, but when I go to my front page, it says 101. Let's see. My channel. Ooh, I got 103 subscribers now. Yeah. Yeah. Going to log off here, but thanks for all you do. You're friendly and insightful. Thanks for sharing tonight. Subscribe tonight. Thank you, Charlotte. Much love to you, Charlotte. Oh, you were lucky 103? Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys, man. This was pretty fun being able to share some stuff with you guys. Oh, and Charlotte, if you have a Facebook, add me on your Facebook. Send me a friend request. And if you have an Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to type in my personal Facebook account. Let's see right here. So that way you can add me. There you go. Send me a friend request, Charlotte. That way we can keep in touch. But yeah, you guys are welcome, man. I really dig being on here, and you guys are cool too. I love how friendly you guys are, and how you guys interact with me and stuff. And I get real happy when I'm able to help someone, or when I'm able to make a friend and have someone to chat with. And Cassandra will be back later. All right, Cassandra. I'll go ahead and keep this streaming for a little while more, and then I'll go ahead and call it a night. I ran out of cigarettes. And I don't have no wine to drink right now, so. But yeah. If you guys have any ghost stories, but they have to be real, they have to have really happened, it not made up or anything. If you guys are watching this later on and see this, hi Anna. How's it going, Anna? That's my Facebook account right there, Anna. If you want, send me a friend request. And also, Anna, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, if you guys have a real ghost story and all, go ahead and contact me. Oh, thank you, Anna. Much love to you. Much love. Can you ask what? Can I ask, please? What do you want to ask, Anna? But yeah, going back to the ghost story stuff, for any of you guys that watch this after the stream is over, and you guys have a ghost story, but it has to be real, go ahead and contact me, and you'll see at the bottom, because I leave the chat open, so that way you can see what everyone else said and what was said. And as soon as you see that George Walter Clovenhoof there, go to your Facebook and add me. Send me a friend request. I'll accept it, and tell me your ghost story. I might share it here on, a live stream, later on. I'm gonna keep doing ghost story stuff. Of course, I'll do the tarot readings also. But tonight, I just that's why the title says "Hang Out." We were just hanging out and chatting, and it was for people that just came back from the bars, or people that didn't have nothing else to do tonight, and felt like being entertained. But yeah, Anna, you can ask your question, and especially because you said please, I appreciate that. But what's your question, Anna? What's coming for me in love in April? I'm single. Oh, okay. Um, if you want a private reading, uh, okay, when you go up to my front page, you'll see a PayPal icon. Um, if you donate to me right now, I'll give you a full reading, Anna. And I won't do it on here. Add me on Facebook, and we'll do a video chat, and I'll do a special private reading. Yeah, and that's only because this live stream I was doing right now. I wasn't planning on doing tarot reading. We were just hanging out. But I mean, if you'd like, we can do that in private. Or you know what? Are you still here, or are you donating? Yes, I'm here. All right. Are you able to give a donation? It's a tax write off. If you do your taxes, it's a tax write off. Whatever size the donation is. If you go to my front page, you'll see that on the top corner on that big picture, the banner, you'll see Instagram, Facebook, and PayPal. That little icon for PayPal. Click on that icon for PayPal and give your donation, and I'll do you a good reading right now. I'll go ahead and close off this session with a good reading. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. You don't need a PayPal. What's it called? You do not need a PayPal account. And here, I'll even make it easier. There we go. Copy. Here you go. You don't need a PayPal account. All you need is just to be able to give the donation. Click on that link, and it'll take you to the page, and just follow the instructions on there. But you don't need a PayPal account. It'll give you an option to be able to just pay with your debit or a credit card. And any size donation will do. 5, 10, 20. But are you able to give a donation? Let's see. I have to go. All right. That's okay, Anna. That's okay. Let's see. Let's see how many subscribers I have now. Go to my YouTube, my front page, my channel. 104 subscribers. Anna, are you still here, or did you leave? I know there's one person left on here. There's one person left. You're here? All right. Were you able to give that donation? No, sorry. It's okay, Anna. It's okay. Um, so what I'll do here, because you're not able to give a donation, what I'll do is I'll close this session off with another ghost story. Uh, Tomorrow I'll log back in, and if you join us when I log back in and do the live stream, Anna, if you join us, I'll be doing the tarot cards for all the zodiac symbol. But if anybody wants a personal reading, what you do is if you send me a donation on PayPal, and I receive that donation from you, I'll do your private reading. Yeah, I use all the donations to be able to stay online, have my internet going, so that way I can keep my channel going for you guys. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna end this session with one more ghost story. All right. Um, one of my other friends that had passed away, he was living up in North Hollywood, came back down here, and he was his mom had helped him get an apartment, and he was going to start working at her. I think it was an insurance company, but he had to go and house sit for a friend of his that was going to go with his band to go play Milwaukee Fest. Well, something happened, and what's it called? He wound up dying. And I won't say anything that happened or anything. It's just something happened and he wound up dying. What's it called? So earlier that morning, I received a phone call, telling me, "Hey, Muttley died. Just wanted to let you know, because he used to brag about me to all of his friends up there in Hollywood. So quite a bit of people knew who I was. Um, there's this character that comes out in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He was a small waiter in there. Johnny Depp throws the change at him, because he's the one that came out with the phone. And Johnny Depp grabs it, and he's in character being Hunter S. Thompson, talking, hangs up the phone, and he starts talking to Benicio del Toro, and what's it called? Notices that the waiter's still there holding that the platter with the phone, and he turns around and he grabs some change and throws it at him. Well, that waiter was one of Muttley's friends. That guy showed up with a Cradle of Filth shirt and did a couple of acoustic songs, and he was telling me how Muttley would talk about me and glorified me a lot and bragged about me to everybody up there. Well, that morning, after Muttley had died and they told me that he was dead and stuff, I went ahead and hung up the phone, and I felt mad, really mad. And I told my mom what had happened, and my mom was heading to the store, and she says, "Well, why don't you go to the store with me?" I said, "All right." Went to the store, and she let me grab some ice cream, pizza, and a beer. I grabbed that beer for Muttley so I can drink it for him. Came back home, and my dad was sitting on his recliner watching TV, and he looks at me and he says, "Hey, what's up with Muttley?" And I said, "Why? Did someone call?" And he says, "No, I got up to go use the restroom in the hallway right now. When I got up, turn around to go walking through the hallway, Muttley was walking from your room to the back room. Well, my room that's catacorner from this room. It used to be my room. He was walking from that room to this room. Just like Incubus. That runs right across you. But what's it called? Right at that time, this was my room, and that used to be my room. The other room. So it made sense that maybe he went to that room first and noticed that wasn't my room anymore, and walked, into this room, because this was my room now. And my dad was telling me, yeah, Muttley was walking from that room to your room. And I asked him, "Hey, Muttley, how's it going? I didn't know you were here." And I said, "Well, did you see through him?" He says, "See through him?" He says, "What's wrong with him? Is he mad? Is he okay? Like something happened?" Because he didn't say anything. He says he just opened the door, walked out the door, closed that door, walked through the hallway, opened your door, went in and closed it. And I was like, "For reals?" He was able to open and close the doors, and my dad was looking at me like I was, like I was dumb, like I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "Well, when you go in your room, because he's in there right now," he says, "let him know I said hi. I didn't know he was here, and let him know, if he's upset or he needs to talk to anybody, he can talk to me. But I don't know if he was mad or if he was sad or something, but he walked from that room, opened your door, walked in and closed your door. So he's in your room right now." And I said, "Dad," and I was going to tell him, my dad says, "But what's wrong with him? He didn't answer. He usually answers and says, 'Oh, hi, George.'" I said, "Dad, Muttley's dead." My dad was like, "What?" Exactly like that. "What?" And my mom repeated it. He says, "George, Muttley died this morning." And my dad was like, "How?" So I told my dad, basically, how he died. And my dad says, "But I seen him walk from that room into your room." He says, "How? What happened? How did he die?" So I explained to him again, because my dad, it was like, a shock to him, because this was someone that was usually at my house when he was down here in the valley, and my dad tripped out, and he says, "Well, when you go to your room, tell him I said hi." And I said, "Okay, I'll tell him." But yeah, when I came to my room, Muttley wasn't in here. Yeah. Well, if he was, I couldn't see him with, these eyes right here. So yeah, I went ahead and warmed up that pizza, served myself some ice cream, came and sat in the room and threw on some music that he loved. He loved the Misfits and stuff like that. He loved black metal, death metal, and punk, and death rock. So I was playing music that he liked, and started eating the ice cream and stuff, and ate a slice of pizza, and then cracked open that beer and cheersed him. Cheersed him, and started drinking that beer for him and stuff, and wondered, am I gonna see that crazy guy? He was cool. But yeah, that's my last ghost story that I'm saying. There's one last person in here. Uh, who are you? Say hello, and I send you lots of good vibes and lots of love for being the last person in here, because I was signing off. Who is the last person? If you don't want to say anything, that's okay. You don't have to, but who's the last person that's in here? If you want to say, I just might do something cool for you. Oh, well, that's all right. What I was actually going to say is, because you're the last person, I was going to give you a free reading and then sign off. Yeah, but that's all right. Well, you guys, I hope you guys had fun, and when you watch this video, I hope it's fun for you guys to watch. I did do an awful lot of talking, but I hope it's interesting and entertaining for you as it was for the other people that were in here. Tune in again. You're gonna hit that bell notification icon, subscribe, share my videos with your friends, and hit that and smash that like button. But for those of you that hit that pimp slap that bell notification icon, you'll be able to be notified when I do my live streams. Okay. Well, I hope you guys had fun because I did. It's pretty fun sharing some of the things that I've experienced with you guys. All right. You guys have a beautiful weekend. Have a fun weekend. Have a fun day and night. I'm Georgie Porgy, and you guys have tuned in to Night Sky Ministries Tarot Reading. Peace out, and check you laters. Much love.